Mike's hot boots on the ground, troops coming heavy with the no-nonsense sound. Ain't no filters, we break the mold. Stories hidden, swept away, now they're getting told. Spotlights hit, the tension pops. We ain't here for nothing but the real damn drops. We're busting bubbles, taking names, cussing and discussing, changing the game. No smoke, no mirrors, no curtain calls. Piss on the fire and call the dogs. Steel chairs, court stairs, backstage heat. Legends fall when we bring that beat. Voices sharp, we cutting right through. Best damn team, yeah, you know it's true. We ain't your daddy's play-by-play. We call it raw, we're here to stay. From bell to bell, win or lost. Shoot, don't care who signs the checks or calls the boss. Putting out fires, taking names, cussing and discussing, fueling the flames. Standing tall when the last bell call. Piss on the fire and call the dogs.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining us for this edition of Cussin Discussin. I am the Doctor of Professional Wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD. Alongside me, the Excellence of Elocution, Walter Dixon. We're here.
We're here.
We made it.
Made it.
Got here.
Yeah, made it.
Damn near time.
It was close.
Hey,
I was cutting it close.
You're still safe by about a mile.
Hell, that's about it. That's yeah.
Hey, close is enough.
Listen, let me say this
Listen,
before we get into the show. I have been on about 75% of all roads in Pike, Floyd, Knott, Letcher, Martin, McGoffin, Lawrence, Perry, Knott, and Breathitt counties.
Yeah.
And I am positive at this point there's about 9 people in all those counties that know how to drive. And if you don't know the other 8, you're not one of the 9. I promise.
I'm telling you. Hey, you said earlier, Dave, when we talked on the phone that you was over in the West Virginia.
Yeah.
You know West Virginia's where they filmed Wrong Turn?
Yes.
Yeah, right over in Logan County, I promise you.
Yeah.
Guys, God, we got a great show today. Really something that I've looked forward to. I don't know that our guest has. She probably.
I'm sure she has.
Well, we are the best damn commentary team in professional wrestling. I mean,
yeah, when we're there, we're the BET, but when we're here, we're the greatest.
Yeah, we're still either way. Either way, it don't work.
I mean, either way, whatever.
But we do have a guest today.
We do,
and we'll go ahead and get ready to bring her in, and that is the AOG Women's Champion, the Unpoppable Force, Sarah Bubbles, going to be joining us right now. Hello, how are you?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, just wonderful, just wonderful. How you doing?
Just trying to stay cool out there.
Yes.
As I said earlier, I appreciate you joining us on such short notice. Don't kill me.
Listen, I had to move some around, but I got it figured out.
Hey. That's all that matters. I mean, everything works out in the end.
Yeah, everything. All's well that ends well. We hope this ends well.
It ain't ended yet,
right?
So we're still there.
There you go.
Hey, yeah. What? I've lost my train of thought already.
Well, you just introduced Sarah Bubbles as the AOG Women's Champion.
I did.
And, well, round of applause for Miss Sarah Bubbles.
Absolutely.
But you want to jump right into the interview, or let's do it?
Yeah, let's do it. So, let's see here. You weren't growing up a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Tell me and our wonderful viewers what possessed you to get into the sport of professional wrestling?
Oh my. Okay, so way back in the day, back in 2020.
Now she's trying to date me here.
I'm not trying to date you, I promise.
Oh,
Ooh, that's hard.
that's cold. That's cold. That hurt me a little heart.
Listen, for any viewers out there, please know that Mike and I have a very relationship where it's fueled by a little bit of bullying, and that's okay.
I would say it's fueled by.
It's my dimples. She just can't get over them.
I would say it's fueled by sass and malevolence.
Both for
I
me.
got the sass. What you say? So much, right?
Okay.
No,
Boys.
go ahead.
Way back in 2021, I was going through a really big change in my life. And I needed something to just kind of help me escape the world.
Okay.
And I had a dear friend who I knew who had just started wrestling. And you all know him as Brock's Boulder.
Right.
Been a very close friend of mine for, I don't know, 6 years now. Sheesh. 6 years now. So at that point, he had been in wrestling for about 6 months. And he said, you just come join me at wrestling. And I laughed at him pretty hard because I had never grown up around wrestling. I didn't know the first thing about it. I had told very many people over the years that I didn't like wrestling and I thought it was silly. And I used the F word, fake.
Yes.
And so I was just like, that's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. So he was persistent. That's one of his better qualities. He's very persistent.
Yes.
He good.
I'm telling you, boys. Anyway, he said, just come for 2 weeks. He said, if after 2 weeks you don't absolutely love it, he said, you don't have to come back and I'll pay for you the trainings that you came to. So I'm like, well, what do I really have to lose then? You know what I mean? So I went. The very first night, I was scared out of my mind. I'm not a very physically active person. Like I can go to the gym and do like stuff like that, but I've never been since junior high. I hadn't really been active in any kind of sports or any athletics of any sort. So I was scared out of my mind. For those who aren't aware of my age, sorry, Anthony. Anyway, for those who aren't aware of my age, I was almost 30 when I started training. And in the wrestling world, that's old to be a wrestler. So I was nervous about that. I'm an overweight woman with a desk job. I'm a mom of 2 kids. Like none of that spells out wrestler. So I was scared. I'll never forget. It was either my first or second training. Jillian Hall was one of my trainers when I first started, and she put me in a headlock, and the whole ring was just shaking. And she's like, why are you shaking? I said, because I'm scared to death. So we're in a 16-foot training ring, boys. That's as big as some people's show rings, bigger than some people's show rings. And I had the whole thing bouncing because I was shaking that bad because I was so scared. So after I left training the first night, I called one of my best friends and I told her, I said, listen, I'm not doing it. I said, that's ridiculous. They make you fall down on purpose. Like, what's happening here? So I told her, I said, I'm not going back. And she said, oh, yeah, you are. She said, you promised him that you'd give him 2 weeks. And you're not going to back down from that promise. So you're going to finish out those 2 weeks, even if it kills you. I said, well, it just might. So long story short, even though it's already been a long story, I finished out the 2 weeks. And by the end of that, I was completely obsessed with it. Definitely like in love with wrestling. I was asking the guys for people that I should be studying so that I can get ideas for move sets. And I was coming to open gym on Saturdays. Like I just couldn't get enough of it. We were going to shows that we weren't booked on just to watch for independent talents so I could learn as much as I possibly could. And I mean, I guess the rest is history. Here I am 4 years later, still overweight, still a mom of 2 kids, still have a desk job, but here I am doing it, man.
Yeah. And doing quite a great job, if you want my opinion.
Yeah, you've been holding that AOG Women's Championship for quite a while now. which that in itself goes to show the talent that you possess. But being someone who used the F word in conjunction with professional wrestling, once the 2 weeks were over, at what was your thought then? How did you reconcile that previous understanding of wrestling with this new game knowledge?
So since then, I hate the F word, and anybody who uses it, it's like an automatic trigger for me. Because let me body slam you just one time. Just one time. Body slam. Take a tackle. Take a chop. Take anything. And then tell me it's fake. Because for the love, that is the realest pain I've ever felt in my life. So listen, since like before I started wrestling, I had never had a pulled, a sprained, a fractured, a broken, nothing.
Yeah.
Since I started wrestling, I've had a hairline fracture in my ankle. I've had a cracked rib. I've had a dislocated rib, and I've had 2 concussions. So people who say it's fake, they've obviously never stepped in a wrestling ring.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember one of the first shows that we ever done commentary on, tell one on DJ ALX.
Yeah.
You know, he's what, 11 at the time.
Yeah.
Gets in the ring and just falls flat of his back.
Yeah, he just takes a flat back bump. But he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't tuck his chin. You understand that.
Yeah.
Most of the fans are going to get that. He did not tuck his chin. So what happened?
Back of his head smacked the mat first.
Yeah. And he immediately done a complete setup and grabbed the back of his head. And of course he's 11, so he's looking at me, and I can tell he's just that close to like welling up a little bit. And I said, "No, can't do that." And he just kind of rubbed his head. All right. And then he, got up and went on. But so look, that people get in that ring and they wonder, looking from the outside in, they wonder how soft is that ring. But then when you get in there, you realize it's not. No. I mean,
nope. There's lots of people out there that think it's a trampoline, and it's not even.
It's not a trampoline.
No.
Metal on top of 2x4s.
Yeah.
With a piece of cloth over it.
When we done a show back in December for the Blaine Volunteer Fire Department, a couple of the firefighters were in the building as we were assembling the ring, and they were amazed. They were like, "How do you fall on this? Is steel and 2x12s.
Yeah.
What are you doing
with a pad about that thick?"
Yeah, it's maybe 3/4 of an inch pad, 1 inch. And I mean, you've been in our ring, you've been in your ring. There's not a lot of difference. A ring is a ring for the most part. So, I mean, it is. And we're right there with you. The F word doesn't belong. I give people a pass when they say, it's predetermined or it's scripted. And even that is not always the case. But the F word does not.
No, I get kind of perturbed at the F word myself, simply because it's not. These are athletes, and they deserve to be acknowledged as such. Go ahead.
Anyone who thinks that wrestling is the only predetermined sport doesn't see any behind the scenes of any other sport ever.
Yeah.
Professional televised sport that's out there in the entire world is predetermined.
Right here.
We all know play out who's going to win, who's going to have the best stats, because it's all about money, folks. Maybe hurting a little bit, but even in NFL and NBA and MLB, it's about money. If your guys are bringing
you leave baseball out of this, you leave baseball out of this.
Here's the deal: people can say it is all day long. Go ahead. But at the end of the day, everything you turn on TV, from the cartoon you watch to the sitcom to the news you watch in some cases, is pretty well no different. I mean, there's really not much.
Well, the same people that say wrestling is fake or wrestling is predetermined or wrestling is staged or scripted, that's why I don't watch it. They're the same people who go out and watch they watch Nicholas Sparks movies, or they watch Sylvester Stallone movies, or what. And
Rocky's the greatest thing in the world.
yeah,
The Hallmark Christmas movies.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Lifetime television.
Lifetime. So tell me, we're into this now. The Unpoppable Force. How did that identity come about for you?
Okay, so this is two separate stories.
Okay, gotcha.
You want how I finally came up with the Unpoppable Force, or do you want to know how Sarah Bubbles came to light?
You know what? Give us both of them.
Okay.
This show is free. Hey, let me tell you something, brother.
Brother.
You think for 1 minute I'm as real as it gets. Trust me.
brother.
I'm as real as it gets. Go ahead, please.
The realest one in the room, right?
How you doing?
Anyway, so, okay. Sarah Bubbles was a weird, twisted, fever dream brainchild of Jillian Hall, Brox Boulder, and myself.
Okay.
So, Jillian Hall, fun fact, when I first
Reach up there and just turn the comments on. Let's let them ride. Go ahead. They're going to talk us to death, and I ain't going to sit here and do that. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so when I first started training, Jillian could not remember my name. She couldn't remember it at all. She always called me Sarah. She legit thought my name was Sarah. Spoiler alert, it's not. And then, so one day she's like, I think you should be Sarah Bubbles because you're like so bubbly and stuff. And I'm like, first of all, my name is not Sarah. Like, it's not. I'm like, it's not. And I've told you this 1,000 times. That's not my name. She's like, well, it just fits you, which it drives me nuts to hear that because my older sister's name is Sarah, and she's always accused me of trying to copy her. So I'm like, great. Like, if my gimmick name is Sarah, my older sister's never going to let me hear the end of it. So, but then I told Brox, I was like, listen, I don't really want to do this. And he said, when Jillian Hall gives you a gimmick, you don't argue, you go with it because she knows what. I'm like, okay, fine. So I went with it. And then I was talking to him one day and I was like, what am I, like, how, like, it's Sarah Bubbles. How do you dress that? Like, how do you develop that into an actual living, breathing human being? So have you boys ever watched How I Met Your Mother?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he sent me, I have seen some episodes, but I've never watched the whole thing all the way through. So he asked me if I was familiar with Robin Sparkles. And I told him I was not. And he sent me some pictures and some like YouTube clips of Robin Sparkles from How I Met Your Mother. He says, this is what I picture when I think of Sarah Bubbles. And I'm like, okay. So like a little, pop star kind of gimmick, but with the girl next door vibe. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I just kind of like started putting things together, seeing what I could come up with. And what I ended up with, the way I best describe myself now is the love child of Madonna and young JoJo Siwa. And then if Lisa Frank just kind of threw up on it.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's my best way I can to describe it. So then on that, like to elaborate a little bit more, we have an awesome ring announcer named Daniel Blevins. He does most of our FTC shows. And he always asks, where are you from? What's your moniker before your name? And I never had one, and it drove me nuts. Like, I wanted one so bad, and I just couldn't think of anything. And one day, dyslexia came in clutch for the first time in my life. And I was reading through Instagram, and somebody called themselves the Unstoppable Force. And I thought they said poppable. And I was like, darn, I wish I would have come up with that first. So then I went back to see, like, how it tied to their name. And I was like, oh, my gosh, no, it says Unstoppable. And that's when I was like, it's Unpoppable. I swear, Daniel, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure I messaged him at like midnight. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, I finally came up with it. So ever since then, so the only way I came up with that was dyslexia.
We all have a touch of it. Sometimes we just say things backwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I mean, it is an iconic gimmick, though. It really
It
is.
is.
It's unforgettable. Once you have seen, folks, once you have seen the Unpoppable Force, Sarah Bubbles, in the ring, it is an iconic. It is an iconic character. It is an iconic, and it really is just her natural personality cranked to 11, and
Yeah,
somebody
I mean,
ripped
really
the knob
it is.
off. So it's a beautiful thing to watch when someone just kind of just their gimmick just falls into place like that. And
Yeah.
I know that you worked hard to get there, but it is those types of gimmicks always, those types of characters always feel the most realistic because they are.
There's a natural feeling
Yeah.
to it.
So right now, we talked about you being the AOG Women's Champion. What does that mean to you at this point? To be, how long have you held the title, first of all, in continuous run this time? And what does it really mean to you to be holding that title at this point in your career?
this is the most meaningful title I could probably ever have, because AOG is my home. AOG is where I've been since day one. We've had our ups and downs in the school, but I've always stayed true to them regardless, because that's where I learned this sport. That's where I fell in love with this. That's where my passion was born. And I was the very first and only women's AOG title champion. After me begging for a couple years to give me a shot at I guess now it's the men's AOG title. Before it was the only one we had. And I said, I'm a student of this school. I should deserve a shot at that. I actually did get a shot at that. And I was facing Jordan Carlisle, and Neon Enigma interfered, and that started my hatred for her.
That goes and shows right there.
Something else. Anyway, so when they announced that we were having a women's AOG title, I knew that above all, my morals come first. But I also knew that I would try everything that I could possibly find to win and keep that title. This title was introduced on October 19th of 2024. That was the night that I won, and I'm still holding it to this day. So we're just, I think, is today the 19th? Then we're on the 10-month mark.
Today is the 20th.
Yeah.
Today's 20th. So you're less than
2 months from being a year in.
Yeah. So it's been a hard fought battle, because every time that they see an opportunity for me to defend it, they do that. And I'm totally fine with that. I want to be a fighting champion. I'm not going to shy away from any sort of battles to prove my worthiness of having that title.
So that kind of, you went a step further there, and you've kind of answered the next thing that I was going to go with. And that is, what was the moment that you knew you were championship material, that you deserved that shot? And so now you've told us that it was even before AOG had a women's title. You were saying, hey, I deserve at least a chance, a shot at this title. And that was the men's title.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is currently held by
Lifeguard Ross. Which is interesting. We'll get into that later on in the show.
When Carlisle had the title, was when I became the most verbal about nothing about Jordan Carlisle. He's a great wrestler, totally underrated. But that was when I started getting more confidence in myself. That's when I was finally like, I might know a thing or two in this ring. I don't know. We'll see. And I'll tell you, Walter, the minute that I knew for sure I could hold that title and keep it for a while was when I had Jordan Carlisle beat. I had delivered my X Factor. I was going for the pin. Like, it was there. And if the Neon hadn't interfered, I still to this day believe that I would have had that title and would still be holding it.
Ooh,
wow.
Strong words.
That's why I feel strongly about her, boys. Now listen, everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That night, the uppers of AOG, whatever you want to call them, they saw that I should have had that title. They saw that I'm more than worthy of having a title. And I feel like that's when they were like, you know what, let's have a women's belt. You know what I mean? And they knew that if I could prove myself against a man in the ring, then I could prove myself against a woman in the ring. I can hold my own with anyone in that ring. And I proved it that night. And so I feel like that's when they were like, let's have a women's title. And could I represent AOG with just a regular title? Absolutely. Do I feel like it means more that it's a women's title and I'm being a constant inspiration to young girls everywhere saying you can do whatever you want? Absolutely. So I feel like it was meant to be that I didn't get the title that night, even though I'm still salty toward the Neon Enigma. And I feel like it led to bigger and better things.
You two have had some brutal matches, namely a couple months back in the old school, a hardcore match. Tell us a little bit about that one. I want to.
That was a lot. That was my hardcore match and the only one I've had so far. Like I haven't had since then.
Gotcha.
And I've never bled in a wrestling ring. Never. So that was kind of shocking when that happened in the moment. You'll see if you ever go back and watch the video, you'll see me getting physically, like visually flustered because it was my first time. Like I've never had blood pouring down my forehead like that in my life. And what happened was she threw me into a chair. I know you guys were there that night, but for those who were, she threw me into
we had the pleasure of calling that match. Yeah.
It hit right on if I had a widow's peak, that's right where it would have hit. And it just hit right open. And I was like, oh my gosh. I don't even remember exactly. I just remember kind of like hitting the chair. Next thing I know, I feel blood dripping on my arm. And I was like, where's this coming from? I don't know if I blacked out for a second or what, but it's all over me. I ended up ripping her shirt off just so I could have something to wipe my face because I wasn't going to rip my own gear. Hello. I called the ref the wrong name like 3 times. Tried to call a timeout, stop the match just so I could wipe my face so I could see. It was a lot. I was visually flustered. But I still came out on top.
Yeah.
That you did.
Indeed.
And we actually, in the process of calling that match, because look, you're not the first person to ever look at the ref during a wrestling match and go, time out. It's always, usually the doc's the first one to say it. There's no timeouts in wrestling. But, we could tell you were flustered, maybe a little addled after that chair shot. And
get hit in the head with a chair, you're more than a little addled.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we just, from the commentary side, we're going, wow, that was a big hit.
Yeah.
And she's really, she's addled, she's flustered, she's, you're wiping the blood and screaming at Enigma to back off for a minute, telling the ref, and we're going, sorry, Bubbles, there's no timeouts in wrestling. But luckily Enigma, you had taken it to her at that point, and she took it as a moment to get her own wind. So it kind of worked out, I think, in your favor there. In hers as well. I guess it was a mutual benefit, but it was a fantastic match. And for those that haven't watched it, please go back and check. I think it's still on Facebook, isn't it?
It is still on Facebook.
That entire show was great, but
101.
that hardcore match was off the chain.
It's on Facebook at Wrestling RASSLIN 101. But you can go watch that and all the AOG matches that we've covered.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You also, I'll pull the curtain back a little bit. You also, you picked up a concussion recently, and you were slated to wrestle a show with Elevate Pro Wrestling, and you were not medically cleared to wrestle that night because of a concussion. So the powers that be, Mr. Moore, made the decision, hey, Bubbles has got this awesome personality. She's, she knows how to talk. She knows how to work a microphone. Let's throw her out there and let her do a little ring announcing for the evening. And tell us about that. Tell us about that concussion, and then tell us about that I think that was your first time actually being a ring announcer as well.
Yeah, so that was my first time ring announcing on I don't know how to say this. I don't want to say a real show, but like a live show in front of a live audience.
Yeah.
How's that?
I got you.
Like at the art of Grappling, do birthday parties, and
Yeah.
on occasion, when they've needed me in a tight spot, I'll do ring announcing for that. Which we're talking 20 to 30 people max,
Right.
and it's all like
No
family.
camera.
The person who's there.
Yeah.
And then I've done it for Facebook Live one time before for an AOG show that we did Facebook Live. But
Right.
this was the first time in front of like a full live audience with a full live card, and like honestly, boys, it was terrifying. I knew, like, I was confident in my abilities and I knew what I was doing, but normally I'm in the ring in a different capacity.
Yeah.
So that was scary for me to just try something new, get pushed out of my comfort zone a little bit. But I was still very grateful to be able to be part of the show. I was nursing a concussion. I also had some staples in the back of my head at that point because my head had been bashed open by my own clumsy feet, not by anyone else. It didn't happen in a wrestling ring. That would have been a much cooler story.
Yeah.
But yes, so I was unable to wrestle, and I was really devastated about that because I wanted to. You never want to miss an opportunity to be in the ring.
Right.
But it all worked out great. I feel like it went off without a hitch, and we made the evening work to the best that we could.
Absolutely. It's a great evening. I had a great time. You had a great time.
Yeah.
You had a great time. Hey, anytime professional wrestling's involved, it's a great time.
Yeah.
And that's just all there is to it. I got to ask this one a little offset. What is your weirdest fan interaction?
Well, okay, so I wouldn't call it weird, but it was my coolest fan interaction. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. So back in April, I was working a show in Cincinnati.
Gotcha.
It wasn't in Cincinnati, it was in that area. And it was an all women's card, which was my first time being on an all women's card, and I thought that was really cool.
Absolutely.
This was at Northern Wrestling Federation. I might have that wrong, but it was up there, and it was so cool. They really, really took care of all of us girls. We had a huge locker room. Each match had their own agent. The referees were very attentive. That would be the right word for that.
Yeah.
Making sure that we were safe, because they were all worried about who would buy tickets to an all women's show. We all had our own merch tables that they provided, and there was security all over the place. And a fun little story that might not be out there in the universe, but it will be now. I overheard the security guards having a meeting right before doors opened. And the guy that was kind of in charge, he said, "Boys, if anyone even looks at these girls the wrong way, we throw them out. I don't care who they are." And that made me feel so comfortable in that moment. And it's as any wrestler, but especially a female in wrestling, it's really important to feel comfortable where you are. So feeling that and being somewhere for my first time, it was my first time at this promotion. I normally travel with a pretty large group, as you guys know, and I wasn't with anyone in my group. It made me feel really good. But the interaction with the fan, I had a fan print off one of my pictures from Instagram and bring it to me at my merch table and ask me to sign it. That was the first time that's ever happened to me, and I thought that was so cool. Like, I even took a picture that they brought me, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. So I haven't really had any weird fan interactions, at least in person. I mean, everybody has their own people online, but at least in person, I haven't really had any weird fan interactions. Everybody's been great.
Yeah.
That's
It's glad that you ain't had one, because I sure have.
well,
Jenkins, Kentucky. There's a couple hillbillies out there that it's a long
that
story.
was beyond
And
hillbillies. That was heels. The heels have eyes.
let me just say it this way: they had my back, and somebody would have died that night.
Yeah, well,
I mean, that's about as easy as I can explain that.
That her response there about this fan printing out a picture of her and bringing it, that kind of makes me think, like, I know you have done that very same thing.
I have. I mean,
with a couple of big name wrestling stars. You've printed out a specific picture that you wanted them to sign, and I can imagine like thinking about it, beforehand, I was thinking, you know, I know they're going to sign it. They're going to sign it because they appreciate the fans, and they're going to sign it because signing it means they're getting paid. But I also thought they're probably disappointed that you didn't just buy one of the pictures they have. But now that you have said that, I think about some of the stories he's told about the wrestler saying, oh, yeah, I remember this picture. I remember this match or this moment or whatever the case is. And I'm going, so it actually does mean,
it means something to
it means more.
I actually done that with Steamboat back at Hollers and Heroes Con. I had a picture that I'd found on the internet from, I want to say, Greensboro in the mid 80s. I take it to him. Oh God!
I'm sorry, Bubbles.
Hold on.
Do you see
Fiji Wild Man. Of course, I'm your weird fan. You know this.
Wait.
Oh my. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear me because I can't hear you.
Anyway.
There we go. Okay, you're back.
Occasionally, we have to mute ourselves to say things that we really shouldn't be saying on the air.
Wait, no, listen, this is hilarious because, listen, Mr. Fiji Wildman, sir, I feel like when Mike asked me if I had a crazy fan interaction, I feel like
I don't feel that bad
to say something about him, but I didn't.
So, I'm going home.
I will go ahead and give you the backstory on that. So the doc was trying to reach out to Fiji Wildman to talk about something that had happened, try to get a little quick interview, and unbeknownst to the doctor of professional wrestling, Fiji Wildman does not speak English. So when Fiji gets this call and he's listening, he thinks that the doc is trying to start a fight with him. And to this very day, they're just barely on speaking terms. Well, not really.
We patched up. It's still standing.
Yeah. So, but it's still on the fence.
It's all right. It's okay. Oh Lord.
Luckily, Fiji's valet actually
right here. You know what? Absolutely.
So
I wouldn't trade you for nothing, Fiji.
No.
We've got completely off track.
Yeah, we've gotten way off.
She's probably gonna whoop us.
You want to pick something up here? Or you want me to
go ahead?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, let's see. You've had a long running feud now with the Neon Enigma. We also got a chance to watch you in the ring with Colby Max recently. And of course, Neon Enigma stuck her nose in that one.
Yeah.
So,
She usually does.
Give us a rundown of sort of your feud with the Neon Enigma and maybe a future opponent or future feud that you're kind of looking at. Someone who maybe you think deserves a shot at your AOG Women's Championship.
Okay, so here's the thing. You just asked like 3 questions in one. So I'm going to try to break
he's good at that.
I tend to do that.
My ADHD won't let me be like, let's break all this down inside of our heads. No, I'm going to do it out loud.
She's got the one mailbox thing too.
Yeah.
The first thing, Neon Enigma. I told you where it started.
Yes.
Right.
With the fight with Carla. Now, listen, people say we have a feud, but if you keep track of the record, like she never wins. So is this really a feud, or is this she's just a glutton for punishment at this point?
I mean, it's
Misery loves company. I mean,
Misery doesn't love nothing. That guy's crazy.
this is true.
Well, yes.
So here's the thing, boys. Neon Enigma, this isn't very well broadcast, mainly because at this point I'm kind of embarrassed by it. When she first started, I tried to take her under my wing. I tried to teach her wrestling is not about taking things, it's about earning things. We don't just come in and demand things and get them. We earn things, we work our way up, we claw, we have blood, sweat, and tears. It's not an easy sport. Like, you can't just walk in and demand something and expect that you're going to get it. That's not how this works. I took her under my wing. I tried to teach her the way of wrestling, especially the way of women's wrestling, because despite what some people believe, it's a very different beast. And then what does she do? The very first chance she gets to step in that ring, she helps Jordan Carlisle retain his belt. That's not okay, and that's not how we do things. And she didn't want to see it that way. So since then, my ever-long running promo is one day she's going to learn that I'm right. And I'm a very stubborn person, so I'll keep arguing with her until she's finally like, you know what, you're right. Or until she gets the better of me. Neither of those things have yet to happen. So, it sounds like to me that she still has a lot to learn, and she might be a little bit stubborn, but hey, we all have something we can always be learning, and I'm very stubborn myself, so I'll just keep handing it to her as long as she wants to keep receiving it. And again, my ADHD has let me completely forget the other things that you asked.
Well, I mean, you pretty much answered it all, unless you have someone in mind who you've seen recently.
Yeah. So
that you think, okay, this person maybe they have maybe they deserve a shot at this at my title. Did we lose her?
Did we lose you?
I think
Bubbles. Bubbles. I think we lost her.
I think we lost Bubbles.
Now's the time to throw up a comment from Fiji Wild Man. Nice to meet you, Bubbles. Don't let Doc Bubbles. God, you know.
Oh. Good job, Doc.
It's not what he said.
I'm pretty sure that's what he meant.
Well, probably so.
I'm positive that's what he meant.
Probably so. Either way, we love you, Fiji.
We'll just kind of
hang out here for just a second.
Wait on Bubbles. She may have.
And
sure
it's great having a conversation with her, and she's amazing to talk to. Great person, great personality. I remember the first time I actually saw her was probably, this tells how long I've been doing a little bit of this, Bluegrass Wrestling Con 3 in Ashland, Kentucky. It's my first convention, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one where Nikita Cole, there's supposed to have been like a boatload of people there, but that was the same time that the hurricane hit Florida and blowed that thing off the map. And
goodness knows that for whatever reason, wrestlers, especially retired wrestlers, love Florida.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I mean, because there was like 4 or 5 of them that were impacted by that trip to Florida. Let me see. Hey, go ahead. Dude, I understand completely. I mean, it happens.
I told you I told you he meant Doc.
Of course.
But I mean, yeah.
Although the humor was great.
Yes, it was. So you're absolutely right, though. Bubbles is a tremendous athlete. She's a tremendous wrestler.
I think she's trying to come back here.
Yeah, there she is.
We're back. Hey.
Technical
just-
difficulties.
We were mean mouthing you real good there.
Yeah, we were talking real bad about you while you were gone.
I expect nothing less.
We were also talking real bad about that Brock's Boulder guy,
Yeah.
and but
Yeah.
Yeah.
so is there anyone right now who you think I should give that lady a shot at my title?
Here's what I think. I never, ever got into the wrestling world or any part of my life for that matter to make enemies. Never once have I said, I want to fight her. Except maybe the Neon Enigma on a regular basis, but she deserves it. No one else in my life have I ever said, I want to fight her. Are there women out there that I think are amazing wrestlers? Absolutely. Would they probably deserve a shot at my title? Absolutely. Are they going to walk away empty-handed? Absolutely. So with that being said, I feel like there are tons of qualified individuals out there that could make a run for my title. And I welcome any and all of them. I expect nothing less, Fiji. Like, that's all he ever does is tell me about how terrible I am. It's
I
really
have
tough to
never
hear.
once told you how terrible you are.
Well, okay. So anyway.
Fake news. Fake news.
You got my ponytail going flat. See what you did, Doc? Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Well, it happens. I'll fix it later.
No, you won't. Anyway.
You can't fix hair.
So here's the thing. Any woman who feels talking. Any woman who feels that they have been trained well enough and are skilled enough to step into the ring with me, they are more than welcome to challenge me for that title, and I will defend it. But they should all know that at the end of the match, Sarah Bubbles will be the one that's bursting their bubble.
Nice.
So, with that being said, your love for wrestling developed over the last 6 years. Is there anyone in particular now, then, prior to 80s, 90s in wrestling that you...
Wrestling history.
Yeah. That you've, I don't want to say patterned after, but that you've studied more than others, that you've I like more than others, I guess.
So when I first started studying different wrestlers, I studied a lot of, oh, that's terrible. I can't even remember her name now. I know her Instagram handle, and that's the thing. She's on TNA or something like that now, and she's like blonde and pretty and fancy. Ashley or oh my gosh, guys, this is terrible.
You talking about Dana Brooke?
Yes, Dana Brooke.
Okay.
Ash by Elegance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ash
Okay.
by Elegance. Yeah.
So when I first started, I studied some of her older film.
Gotcha.
She's more of a powerhouse.
Yes.
And I've studied some of Piper Niven. Is that what they have her going by in WWE now?
Finally.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes. Studied some of her, and I studied some of Jordan Grace. Who, by the way, I had the pleasure of sharing a locker room with in 2012 at FTC's My Way. That was the coolest experience of my life. Getting to share a locker room with her and hearing just kind of like how she sets up a match. That was a little TMI, sorry. How she gets prepared for a match. And then seeing her make the WWE roster, like that is just so cool to me, to be able to watch televised wrestling and be like, I know her, sort of. She doesn't know me, but you know what I mean? Like, that's really cool for me. So I watched those three mostly, but honestly, like learning my limits and learning my maxes, I guess is how you'd say that. I kind of just had to develop my own style because I see a lot of things I want to do, but my body, whether it be because of my size or my petiteness, is not capable of doing some of those things. Like I don't have the reach that other people have. I don't have the reach of a 5'10" girl. Fun fact, Sarah Bubbles is 5'1" on a good day. In my wrestling boots, which are like very thin, I might be 5'9", nothing. I don't know. So there's only certain things I can do, and I also have a crippling fear of heights. So you'll never, most likely never, see me go off the top rope. Tried that one time, and that's how I got the hairline fracture in my ankle. So I started out when I very first started, before Sarah Bubbles even existed. I was watching these certain people to try to get an idea. But then over the years, I've just kind of had to develop my own style, my own move set, my own method to winning a match.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So we now know kind of who you've studied. Is there anyone from wrestling history that you would consider your dream match? Who would that one woman from wrestling history you go, if I could step into this position, I would love to wrestle X?
Okay, so this is, if you're not a super diehard watching all of the different types of wrestling fan, you might not know who this is. But do you guys watch WoW Wrestling at all?
Have watched some.
I've watched, yes, some.
Gloria Glitter is my diehard. Like, I would give anything to wrestle her. When she was more in the indies, she was Delilah Doom. And back then I was like, this is the person, man. Like, this is the one I want to step in that ring with. She would kill me in that, because I mean, I'm not saying she'd come out on top, but I'm saying that it would be hard for me to keep up with her because she's got cardio for days. I'd get winded walking to the bathroom. Like, so it would definitely be hard to keep up with her, but she is so underrated. Like, she should be signed by somebody big. She should be traveling the 7 continents. Like, she's so good, and I'd give anything to be in a ring with her. But she's on the other side of the country, which doesn't always mean anything in wrestling, but she's the one.
It really doesn't.
She's my Mount Everest. She's the one I want to definitely get to one day.
Let's see. What advice do you have for people, young women, that want to get into the wrestling business?
My advice is, don't look at the wrestling that was on even 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Don't base your level of success off of that. Today, wrestling is much more body positive for men and women. You don't have to weigh 100 pounds and have fake boobs and lips to make it. You can, but you can also be well over 100, 150 pounds and still make it to the top in this business. Don't gauge your success off anyone else's except the person that you were yesterday. As long as you are better than who you were yesterday, you're still progressing, and that's all that matters. Get yourself out there. Have a huge social media presence. If you want to make it, your followers will get you there. If you don't want to make it, that's okay too. So many people say, if you don't want to be in WWE, if you don't want to be in AEW, what are you even doing in this industry? I'll tell you right now, boys, I'm in my 30s. I have kids. I love wrestling, but I'm not trying to make it anywhere big with a contract where I'm gone from my kids 300 days out of the year.
Right.
I am happy. I am so happy being with the promotion that I know and love, and a few others here on the side, because that's what I want. The reason I got into wrestling and the reason I stay in wrestling is to meet people I never would have met had it not been for wrestling, and to push myself out of my comfort zone and to show myself that I'm capable of things I never thought I'd be capable of. And I'm doing those things every day. As long as I'm doing those things, I'm successful in my eyes, and that's all that matters to me.
Well said. Absolutely. I agree.
Well
I do.
So how do you handle, we've seen you handle the crowd, right? We've seen you handle the crowd from an in-ring position, from a ring announcer position. Have you ever been in a situation where you just lost the crowd completely? So how do you handle that? How does Sarah Bubbles, the unpoppable force, handle a completely lost crowd?
Okay, so here's the deal. You guys familiar with Sis Sasaki, the great
Yes.
Sasaki?
Right.
I was tasked with having a match with her right after she announced her cancer diagnosis.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind wants to beat up a cancer patient? No
Right.
one. Did I want to? Absolutely not. Was the crowd behind me? 100% not. I was not even behind me. I thought, this is dumb. But you know what I did? I just stayed positive. I didn't do anything sneaky or underhanded. I tried to make it a fair fight. Um, that was a weird fight because she very blatantly cheated to get the victory. Like I don't want to say, she cheated and she beat me. It was very obvious. Like the ref caught it, reversed the decision, and everything. I still never feel like I was justified in that win because even if she cheated, she still got the better of me. She should have walked away with that belt that night, but I walked away with it, held it for a very short time. And then you know what? The great news here is Sis was able to beat cancer,
Indeed.
come back, and get that belt that she so rightly deserved. So that was probably the hardest match I've ever had in my life. This is going to sound a little conceited, but I don't know how else to say it. I'm not used to getting booed. And they were booing me. They were cussing me. They were telling me to go home. They were calling me names that I would have never fathomed anything like people could even come up with in their imaginations. I felt about this big that night, but I was hired to do a job and I just had to do what I was hired to do. Yeah. And I told her, I said, listen, I am so sorry. And she was very adamant. She didn't want special treatment. She didn't want people to take it easy on her. She wanted to be treated like everyone else. And so that's what I tried to honor her wishes to the best of my ability. And at the end of the night, the crowd made me feel awful. I still kind of felt awful, but I walked away from that show knowing that I had done everything I could to treat her with as much respect as possible.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I was actually, you just led me right into the next one. So you got the feel that night of being a heel, even though you weren't a heel. Some people, the Doc's favorite, Ric Flair, could turn that switch. He could turn it twice in a match and never miss a beat. He'd go, baby, heel, baby, heel. And there are other people who, Big Show has done it dozens of times. Randy Orton. We've now seen Asuka go from baby to heel to baby to, Rhea Ripley kind of floats on the line. So any given moment, she could be one or the other. But you have been, I would say, exclusively a fan favorite, a baby face. You don't try to use underhanded, dirty tactics. You try to keep everything above board and be clean cut with everyone. And you don't try to talk down to the audience. So has there ever been, other than that moment, has there ever been a time when you thought, maybe I should flip this and go light side dark?
Not at all, because you said it earlier. I am myself, just dialed up to 11. On a regular day, am I a lady in her 30s that wears a side ponytail? No. Do I wear bright pink lipstick and blush and eyeshadow? No. But am I always the person who's trying to do the right thing? Yes. Even if it's going to cost me a victory or cost me something in the long run, I need to be able to sleep at night. So I'm always going to do what I feel is right. Now there's always going to be someone who might not agree that I did the right thing. But I need to know that I believe it was the right thing. And I feel like that is the most important thing that anyone can do in life. You always need to do what you feel is right. You have to know that you're not always going to make everyone happy. And learning to be okay with that is the most freeing feeling that you'll ever have. So I feel like there might be people out there who don't like me. And you know what? I hate that for them because they're missing out, but I have to be okay with that because I'm okay with me. And that's what matters at the end of the day.
You are the AOG Women's Champion. This weekend on Friday night, FTC is going to be having their Midnight Madness 4 in Ironton, Ohio. Um, going to be a match there for the FTC Women's Championship. Uh, Renee Michelle defending against Sue Young. Are you going to be watching the outcome of that match?
I mean, absolutely. I'll be watching the outcome of every match. But as I've said before, like, I am perfectly happy being the women's AOG championship, like, champion, because, you know, like, FTC is an amazing company. It's an amazing promotion, always delivering top quality wrestling. AOG, we kind of set ourselves apart from them a little. I am at the AOG level, and I'm okay with that. Do I feel like I am trained enough, experienced enough, notable enough to be the FTC Women's Champion? I feel like I'm on my way. I feel like right now, somebody such as Sue Young or Renee Michelle could do that title so much more good in the long run. So, am I going to try to interfere and take that title for myself? Absolutely not. Am I going to be watching this, taking notes, seeing how I can improve myself to be a better version of myself? Yes, absolutely. But I do that with every match, men or women, doesn't matter. I'm always studying, I'm always taking notes.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
You finish this sentence for us. If you underestimate Sarah Bubbles, you're going to end up
Wrong.
nice. One word.
One word
simple,
answer.
straight to the point.
That's it.
I mean, I like the only person who really underestimate me is myself. Like, sky's the limit unless I give myself a limit. You can give me all the limits you want, but I'm just going to blow through them.
Awesome. So we have, I know AOG is working to get back into action. You have FTC with a show coming up. We have several shows lined up with EPW. And I know there's other shows around. You're gonna be getting calls. There's gonna be other folks giving you a call. Hey, do you want to come work for us tonight, this night, whatever? What is your thoughts going forward right now as far as, you know, I know you're training every chance you get. I know you're staying in the ring over at Art of Grappling Training Center, but are you sticking your head out a little bit and looking for, you know, where can I get a little competition? Where can I pick up a show and just test myself in different areas?
I'm always down for a challenge. Anybody who wants to reach out and see if I'm available for a booking, you are more than welcome. Send me a message on my Facebook account, my Instagram account. I think that's about all I got. But message me on those. I've had a lot of people that will message me, and I'm either already booked or I'm just not available. Full-time mom, full-time employee at a real job, like aside from wrestling. So I've got a busy life going on. And I also, I don't know if this is going to be detrimental to my career or not, but I don't ever try to work 2 days in a row, especially on the weekends, because I do enjoy spending time with my kids. So I don't want to spend a whole weekend away from them, have them at the babysitters for a whole weekend or at grandma's. Because at the end of the day, their lives are going to go by in the blink of an eye for me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have any regrets looking back on that, thinking I wish I had spent more time with them. I'll work, definitely. But if I'm already booked on a Friday, I'll tell you that I'm not available if you call me about the following Saturday.
Yeah.
That's just my choice. I've chose to live that way, and I'm at peace with it. Some people have a real problem with that. And to those people, I say that's okay if you don't like it. Like I said earlier, at the end of the day, I have to be able to sleep at night.
if you watch any shoot interviews with wrestlers from the past, from Undertaker to Jake Roberts, to Sting, to Hogan, to whoever, anyone from the past who had a family or has a family, they're going to tell you, and they have all said it, I missed a lot. And I wish I hadn't missed all those moments.
Yeah.
And as a mother, I see that. I mean, as a father myself, I see it to that point. I don't think Sheena would do it. I wouldn't want to do it. We have done a Friday and then a Saturday, but we were home every night.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's one thing when you're hour and a half up the road.
Right.
You know.
And we've done shows where we had to go, we went down that day and then spent the night and come back the next day.
Right.
But just because it was such a long drive, you don't want to drive back at 2:00 in the morning. You just grab a hotel somewhere and spend the night.
Yeah.
And I really hate those because, the kids are at grandma's, and you come home, and by the time you get home, you're so wore out from the drive that you like, I can't dad right now.
You don't even feel like unpacking the vehicle for the most part.
For the most part. And I have left, just leave the crap and I'll get it later. But I get that. And I think it is a respectable viewpoint.
Absolutely. I mean, anybody that raises a family, works, and then does this, they definitely have my respect. There's no doubt in my mind.
Somebody just dinging?
I don't know. I'm hearing dingies all over the place here. I don't see any. No. I don't know.
I just seen a message there from Josh Stafford. Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
We didn't just
we didn't
answer you.
We just didn't see it.
Just didn't see it.
But no, and we appreciate you. I know we've had you here for almost an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah. We appreciate you coming out for sure. Is there anything you want to leave those that are watching right now, or those that will listen going forward? Anything you want to leave with them?
Well, and before I get into that, what did Anthony say? I just saw a comment pop up.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Okay.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about either.
We're not sure either.
That may have been the dinghy I heard. Let me do this and turn that off.
So go ahead. And is there anything you want to leave for the fans?
I mean, just know that if you're looking to get into the wrestling world, it might not be for everyone, but if I can do it, you can do it if you want to get into it. There are schools. I don't know how far your fan base goes, boys, but
AOG.
There are schools in the tri-state area. We have an amazing school at the AOG that's in Ironton, Ohio, right there in the, I don't even know what you'd call it, the point of the tri-state area between Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia.
Yeah.
There's also a great school, Power Slam Academy, run by Chance Profit, also a notable trainer. I don't even know if I mentioned this, boys. Our trainer is the world-renowned Bobby Blaze.
We have went an hour and 10 minutes without saying that man's name, and I feel bad about that.
Me too. He is the most amazing person I've ever met in my life. He has seen the world. He's traveled the world. He's wrestled across the world. And any locker room you're in, if it's a good locker room, somebody is going to know Bobby's name. And they will not have a negative thing to say about him. Anyone we have ever talked to about Bobby, they've always had something nice to say about him.
Yeah, I definitely, I think the world of him. I remember, and I was telling earlier, the first time I saw you was at Bluegrass Wrestling Con 3 in 2023. That was the first time I'd seen Bobby Blaze since 92, 93. He was wrestling with Smoky Mountain at the time. And you just go up to him and start talking. And I ended up spending probably about the better part of 30, 35 minutes standing there talking to Bobby Blaze.
He's the talker.
and every time I see him, he's always asking, "How you doing?" And I don't know how he remembers it, but the first words out of his mouth, "How's school going?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's got such a great memory, and if you tell him something, he'll remember it. I mean,
That
that's just
he's so thoughtful. He's so personable, and he truly, truly loves the game of wrestling, and just
he
wants
does.
to see people fall in love with it as much as he has. He really wants to see you succeed, and he wants you to succeed at your own pace. Like
Yes.
for me, just being a local wrestler and getting bookings here and there when I can, he loves that for me. He applauds me for it. And then those people who are like, I'm going to make it big. He's like, you get it. You go for it. You know what I mean? Like he wants you to succeed at your own pace, at your own goals.
Yeah.
And he always thanks us for showing up to training. He's like, nobody made you be here. You decided to be here. And he's right. Like nobody's ever going to say you must show up to training. Cause if they do, I'm not going. Like, but like,
I would be willing to bet if you didn't show up,
They'd be heartbroken.
and Brock's drove to your house, you would end up in that training in that gym.
That's actually happened before. Listen, it's a long story though. Okay, so here's the story. Here's the story of that, and I'll make it short because we have a hot minute. The week of my very first show, I was in a car accident and totaled my car.
Ooh.
And he said, what are you going to do? I said, well, I would still come to training, but I don't have a car. And this is, boys, we're talking the day that I totaled my car. Him and Titan Troy drove 40 minutes to my house to pick me up for training, drove me to training, and then drove me back home after training because I didn't have a vehicle because mine was smashed on the side of the road. So that has happened. But I will tell you that saved me a lot. Like going to training the day that I totaled my car, the next morning, if you total your car, you're going to wake up feeling kind of rough. I didn't. And I think it's because I just kept my body moving, kept my body rolling, literally. Yeah, that Brock Spoiler, man. He's something.
I don't know about him.
What a jerk. I could say the same about him as Fiji said about you about 25, 30 minutes ago.
He's a doc too?
No, the one before that.
Oh.
He's not picking up what you're laying down, Walter.
Yeah. He got it.
I got it.
He's just playing dumb.
I'm kind of like Columbo. I'm really intelligent, but I just play dumb.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So I forgot. I had another part to that. Oh, the last thing I wanted to ask you before you go. Go ahead and
right there. He's a dictor.
No, he hasn't. I promise, he has not.
I'm lost again.
There you go.
Go ahead. You mentioned your Facebook and your Instagram. If you want to, go ahead and give yourself the eponymous plug.
Yes.
And let the fans know where they can see what's going on with Sarah Bubbles and where they can see Sarah Bubbles in action and all of your bubbliness.
Yes.
In all of my bubbliness. So you can find me on Facebook at Sarah Bubbles. I have a little weird asterisk over top of my E because they told me that Bubbles wasn't a real last name. So anyway,
so Bublays,
I guess. And then on Facebook or on Instagram, I don't know my handle, but I'm sure if you search Sarah Bubbles, there's not going to be a whole lot of us. You'll find me. And as far as like seeing me coming up, to be completely honest with you boys, I have been taking it pretty easy on getting bookings because number one, I just don't feel like I am where I need to be physically. My agility has kind of slowed down. My flexibility has kind of slowed down. So therefore, I've been trying to work on myself, get back in the gym more, get in the ring more, as much as I possibly can. But I am still taking bookings. I mean, I'll be at AOG's Midnight Madness number 4 this Friday, the day after. Is this airing? This is airing right now. We're live. Never mind.
We're live, yeah.
So in 2 days, we'll have AOG or FTC Midnight Madness 4. That's in Ironton, Ohio, right downtown. If you drive through Ironton, you're definitely going to see us. And then I have AOG will be starting our next season in October, ideally. We kind of take the summer off due to a lot of fairs and festivals we have going on.
Yeah.
Also, the heat in the building is not ideal for fans.
Yeah.
It's not ideal for wrestlers, but we make it work. And then I'm actually booked in Parkersburg, West Virginia on October 18th with Mountain Mama Wrestling, so that'll be fun.
Okay.
Right now, they're advertising me once again working the Neon Enigma. Card subject to change, but if I need to beat her again, why not? But as of right now, I think that's about it. Once I feel like I can be a better representation of myself, I will open myself up to a lot more bookings. I know I'm expected to be back at BGW in Winfield, West Virginia in, I think, November. So things will be picking up this fall. We'll see what happens. So for now, just find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram. If you are inquiring about a booking, just put that in your message and we can do some talking. I'm free to, I'm open to anything. If the terms are right and if I'm not going to be gone from home for too long, we can negotiate whatever you guys need.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Hey, we really do appreciate you coming on this evening. I know we've kept you a little longer than what I figured we would do to you. But no, thank you so very much. Again, guys, the Unpoppable Force, Sarah Bubbles,
Hold on. I just got a very important message from the general manager of the Art of Grappling. We just posted that we are accepting sponsorship packages for our wrestling school. Please visit the FTC AOG wrestling page for more information on that. But we do have multiple sponsorship packages available. Looking to get your business out there, looking to help our business. Let us help you help us.
Hey, indeed.
Awesome. Eponymous FTC AOG plug.
Hey.
So we have plugged EPW. Bubbles has plugged Bubbles. Bubbles has plugged FTC AOG. Bubbles has plugged Bobby Blaze and Jillian Hall. And hey,
we've covered all the bases.
Yeah. And Mountain Mama Wrestling.
And Mountain Mama Wrestling. Hey.
And WOW. And
BG. Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. Phase an alphabet for it. We talked about it.
We gave a shout out to referee Joshua Stafford, and we gave a shout out to Fiji Wildman. We've done a lot.
We even talked about Brock's Boulder a couple times.
We're killing it, boys.
Thank God we didn't talk much about that stupid Jordan Carlisle.
Yeah, that big-headed thing. God knows.
I kept it at a minimum. Okay, I tried.
I understand. At least
you make his head swell up.
About him, you were talking about you beating him.
You know,
exactly, I did. In my book, it was a win for me.
I'm a big-headed youngin'. I mean, you can't get this head in a 5-gallon bucket half the time. Could you imagine what happened if you talked about him much? That head there,
it wouldn't fit in his sparkly shawl.
Yeah. No.
Poncho, it's a poncho. It wouldn't fit in his sparkly poncho if you talked about him too much.
That's true.
You talking about that thing that he wears that he stole off of what's his name? Cowboy Curtis from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is because I was not born yet, but okay.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, no. We've lost her. But no, thank you again so much for coming on this evening. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And I know you want to get back to your family.
And she wants to turn us off real fast.
Probably.
Like, dear God, I'm glad they're gone.
Yeah.
But no, we do. We appreciate
Thank
you
so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. The Unpoppable Force, Sarah Bubbles. And you have a great evening.
Thanks, guys.
All right, no problem.
Oh,
bless her heart.
I mean, we had some other stuff there to.
We did. We covered the Midnight Madness 4.
Yeah.
I think the rest of it can pretty well hold out.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. Actually, What do you think?
I mean,
We've kept these people here for an hour and 20 minutes already.
yeah, and we still haven't talked about all of our friends.
No, we haven't. But I'll tell you what we didn't do, and it's something we ain't done in a long time.
What's that?
You pulled the doctor on call on me.
I did. What, last week?
Yeah.
I think? Yeah.
You think you can name a card?
I'll give it a try.
I will read you the card. Let's see if you can tell me who it is.
Okay.
And folks at home, if you're watching, maybe you might know the answer. The card for the evening: Eddie Guerrero defeated Dean Malenko to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. Ray Traylor and the Steiner brothers defeated the NWO, Randy Savage, Scott Norton, and Vincent. Bill Goldberg defeated Steve McMichael. Saturn defeated Chris Benoit in a Ravens Rules match. Buff Bagwell defeated Lex Luger. For the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship, Diamond Dallas Page defeated Kurt Hennig to win the title. And a winner gets control of Nitro with a special guest referee, Bret Hart. Larry Zbyszko defeated Eric Bischoff via disqualification. And for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, Sting defeated Hollywood Hogan to win the title.
Just late 90s?
Yes.
98, 99.
No.
Is it earlier than that?
Yeah.
Wow. I would not have thought that. I was thinking, well, there was a period when both Steiners were part of the NWO at the time then, right?
No.
This is before.
This is prior.
So neither of them were part of the NWO.
Right.
So it'd have to be 97.
97.
What season are we in?
We are talking about December 28th, 1997.
December 28th. So 3 days after Christmas. This is not a Dusty Rhodes original.
It is Dusty Rhodes original.
It is a Dusty Rhodes original. Okay. It is not one of the WCW Big Four.
It is one of the WCW
Really?
Big Four. It is.
So, Super Brawl?
No. Anybody watching out there?
Oh, goodness.
Dusty Rhodes original.
So,
There's four of them. The Big Four.
yeah. Could have been
December.
not Clash.
No. Clash wasn't a pay-per-view.
Right. But, I mean, for all intents and purposes, Clash was pay-per-view-esque. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was
a
free
TV.
It was a premium event.
Yes, it was. But it was not.
But it was not a pay-per-view. So this would be oh shoot. Starrcade.
Starrcade, 1997.
Yeah.
You are correct. Whew. Now, we can talk about our friends. First and foremost, I do want to say again, if you all are looking to get up with Sarah Bubbles, check her out. Facebook, Instagram. Great person, great talent. She doesn't give herself as much credit as she deserves.
She should really get an X and a TikTok.
I'm pretty well sure she might have. I don't know.
Well, she named her Facebook and her Instagram.
Probably what she uses the most of.
And then she said, I don't know if I've got anything else. So, yeah. I mean, that's...
Tell you what, look, get out there and search on social media. That's the best way you can do it.
Just Google Sarah Bubbles.
That's it.
Sarah Bubbles, wrestler.
Definitely. She doesn't give herself enough credit.
Well, no.
I mean, that the work ethic that she has, that she puts in, and the love that she has, and to do all that and work and be a mom, it really takes a hell of a person.
It does.
I mean, that's just all I got to say about it.
Well, so Anthony Stidham just asked if we were where the Brock's plug is.
Brock's plug.
I'm gonna give him
is that
this.
like a
Yes.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Brock's plug.
Yeah. I will give Brock's Boulder the proper plug. And I'm going to I'm going to give him a Brock's plug.
Oh, a Brock's plug. Go ahead.
And I'm not even, I'm not just going to restrain it to Brock's Boulder. I'm going to make it a Grappling Inc. plug because Mr. Moore,
2 plugs.
Mr. Moore has officially told us that Grappling Inc. will be in the Elevate Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship Tournament.
Wow. I told you. They were eyeballing them belts at EPW Live down in Law, Kentucky.
Yep.
And they're in.
Mr. Moore said that after seeing the fire in their eyes while holding those beautiful green titles, he said
they're in.
They're in.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Great news. I do want to say, though, while we're on the subject, a big howdy to our good friends at Time Warp.
Howdy, Earl.
Earl and his
Time
gang. 500 Winchester Avenue. They are beside of Belks in the Ashland Town Center Mall. Great location. Get out there. Check them out.
You can access them from inside the mall and from
That's a fact,
side.
and I love that. I love being able to pull right up in front of the store, walk through the door, and be there.
Yep.
It's great, and they've got such a great storefront. Next time we're down there, we'll stop in and say hi. Also, our good friends out at a walk-in time, 1626 6th Avenue, Charleston, West Virginia. Got to get out there and see JR and his gang. They also have a great storefront. Great stuff, items from your childhood. And I say it time and time again. And every time I walk down in the basement, I find one.
I don't like going down in the basements.
They're scary.
No, it just brings up memories.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's okay.
Turns my stomach.
And as always, our friends at FTC's Art of Grappling, one of the premier, in my eyes, they are the premier training school.
I absolutely agree.
I mean, I know there are other reputable training schools out there.
There are.
But if you want a quality, fundamental education in the sport of professional wrestling, in my book, there is only one place to go, and that is FTC's Art of Grappling, Ironton, Ohio. You can check them out on Facebook.
Yep.
Go ahead, take us through the rest of it, please.
As has been our normal thing for the last few months, big shout out to our friends Bob and John. Yeah, Bob and John over at the Indie Wrestling Experience. Check those guys out. They have a wonderful show where they take you through indie shows from all over the country. They watch stuff from all over social media and all over YouTube and wherever else that they can find it. And they've touched on some places where you look at it and you go, I've never heard of that. But some of these guys are really good.
That's a fact.
So check those guys out at the Indie Wrestling Experience. The Indie Wrestling Experience.
Yes.
Also, big shout out to our wonderful friends at the Wrestling Society Network. TheWrestlingSocietyNetwork.com is their webpage. Check them out at Wrestling Society Network on Facebook. Wrestling Society Network app on Roku, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and their standalone app. If it hasn't hit yet, it is coming soon. I'll have to check that. I haven't checked it in a few days. So be on the lookout for that as well. These folks, Brady, Bear, Brox, Amy, they put a ton of work, and others, a lot of others too. But that's the kind of the four I
Indeed.
throw out there, just because I like doing all.
There's
the
another Brox plug.
Yeah, I like hitting all the B words and then doing an A word. Don't know why.
Oh.
It eases my ADHD. But they've put a lot of work into bringing tons of wrestling related content into one space, where we as fans can go to one site or one app and look at all this wrestling content from throughout history and throughout the world. So please be sure to check them out. And as always, a big shout out to my wonderful wife, Sheena Dixon at Sheena Dixon Photography. Check her out on Facebook for any of your photography needs. Right now, I think she's doing, she's setting up for fall minis, I think, and a few other things. Probably be getting ready to do some Halloween stuff coming up in a couple of months. And so there's tons of stuff out there. Kids are going back to school, so you're going to start having homecoming. You're going to have sports photos, football, basketball, baseball. Baseball's ending. The other two are going to be starting. Yeah. So check all that out over there at Sheena Dixon Photography on Facebook.
Absolutely. You know, and also I could not let us off the air without talking about Elevate Pro Wrestling for just a minute. Look, if you all are in the Eastern Tennessee, Eastern Kentucky area and you want professional wrestling the way it needs to be, Elevate Pro Wrestling. Visit us on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, X, Thread, Instagram, on the website. We're on Rumble. Elevate Pro Wrestling. Send us a message at Elevate Pro Wrestling on Facebook if you'd like to get with us on booking a show. Also, you can email booking at elevateprowrestling.com. Elevate Pro Wrestling. I mean, you know, except no substitute. That's ACCEPT, not EXCEPT. Right. For those of you who are following along,
not accept.
Yeah, I know some people that like to accept things.
I know people who like to and when they should and.
Yeah, you're and you're.
Yeah.
Yeah, they, there, and there.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, and as well as us, Cussin Discussin, the excellence of elocution to Doctor of Professional Wrestling. We are now on Facebook, on Rumble, YouTube. We're on TikTok now.
TikTok, Instagram.
We're on X now.
X.
We're there. I mean, hey, look.
And you can check us out on all podcast platforms related to RSS.com. So
Apple Podcast, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify. We can sit here and name them all night. Look, here's the simple fact of it. This may not be your daddy's favorite podcast, but I can guarantee you, your mama loves us. It's a fact. I mean, hey, let me tell you something. Their daddy might not like us, but their mama sure does.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been a great evening. We had a great time. Thank you again to the lovely Unpoppable Force, Sarah Bubbles, for her wonderful time this evening, sitting down with us, talking about professional wrestling. And if you all know anybody you want to see on the show, send us a message. Yeah. We'll do our best. Can't make any promises, nor will we guarantee, but we will damn sure try. Yeah, you and me both. I've tried. Hey, it's like this. We love everybody. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Mm-hmm. But do you know what time it is?
Doc, I think it's time to piss on the fire and call the dogs.
I think you're absolutely right. So for the excellence of elocution, Walter Dixon, I am the doctor of professional wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD, saying to you, until next time, so long from the Bluegrass State.